Alright, y'all, I'm excited about this one. But before I get started, let me show you my latest creation. Bells and pomegranates. It's actually the hem of the high priest garments. Yeah. And I'm working on a little bead work here. It's going to be a 12 drop bracelet. I think it's coming along nicely. This is just practice. I'm just learning how to work it. I'm going to make belts too. Speaking of belts, I told a lady that I was a prophetess, and the first thing she asked me is, you got them waist beads? No, I'm not that kind of prophetess, sweetie. But I'm going to talk to you about a woman who is in just a minute. I want to show you this belt. This is my Fendi belt. See, I wore it to death. I love this belt. I said loved. The Fendi sign is actually a labyrinth. One way in, one way out. Ain't that something? Talking about Fendi. Yeah, but I'm excited about this message. So, this is about Saul. And he was the first king of Israel. And he's about to lose his kingdom. He's about to lose his kingdom to David. So it's been taken from his hand and given to David. And he's upset about this. He's upset about losing his kingdom. So I'm in 1 Samuel, which is interesting to me because in 1 Samuel, Saul has died. In 1 Samuel, Samuel has died, and yet there is a 2 Samuel. So Samuel was the son of Hannah. Hannah was barren, and Hannah was praying to the Lord, and Eli saw her and thought she was just some drunken fool and asked her, "What's wrong, woman?" Because that's how fiercely she was praying. And the woman was like, "I want a child." And Eli said, Go your way. And soon Hannah became pregnant. Well, she had promised to give her firstborn child to the Lord. So in the Lord delivering on her firstborn, Samuel was given to Eli as soon as he was weaned. That's back when women breastfed as the norm. Now you can't get them to breastfeed. They go get this powder milk. Anyway, I'm getting off the subject. So, yeah, what was I saying? I got off the subject. Oh, yeah, I was giving you some background on Samuel. And Samuel wore a linen ephod as a child. So, as soon as he was weaned, which my daughter tells me is at 1 year old, he was given to Samuel. And I know that they smart on that breast milk. And he had an ephod on, a linen ephod. And the Lord called Samuel's name. And Samuel said, I'm here. I'm here, Lord. And I'm here. And he thought that Eli was calling him. And he ran into the room where Eli was. And Eli said, go lay back down, child. I haven't called you. And this went on 2 or 3 times till finally Eli realized that Samuel was hearing the Lord call him. This is at a young age. This is a baby now. So I find it ironic because most times the name on the chapter is the person who wrote it. So I find it ironic that Samuel dies in uh, First Samuel, but he seems to still be talking in Second Samuel. But this is a child. This is a man that's worn a linen ephod, which this top that I have on with the bells and the pomegranates is a replica of it. This is the hem of an ephod. But he had, I imagine he is being just a white linen that girded him. So it wrapped around his loins some type of way as a child. All right, enough about Samuel. Let's talk about the woman at Endor. This really just blew my mind. So, I'm in 1 Samuel 28. Saul is about to lose his kingdom. He's about to lose Israel to David. David is about to become king of Israel because Saul has disobeyed the Lord so many times. I mean, I read this. I could not believe how many times, but he did. He disobeyed him a lot. We can't talk about our kings or anything like that. We can't. But he really did a lot of disobeying to the Lord. And that's a hard position. Kings and presidents and things like that. Those are hard positions to hold because you are under attack from Satan from the beginning. Like he is always attacking you. So you have to put yourself in that position sometimes. Like, what would I do if I was king? Or what would I do if I was queen? These are tough positions. And Saul was the first king. He was the first one to do it, and he got overtook. So Saul is nervous about this. He's hunting David. He trying to take David's life every chance he get. With no avail. He keeps, every time he come up on David get the ups on him. Not even trying to, just by accident, David get the ups on him. He just, But David still loved and respected Saul because running a kingdom is tough stuff. So, Saul has, at the command of the Lord, has ran all of the witches and wizards and soothsayers, and he's ran all of them out, those that have familiar spirits. He's ran all of those out of the land. So they've ran into mountains and caves and rocks and hid themselves. So the Lord is Saul. I'm sorry. Saul is asking the Lord. And I'm going to start at 28 and 6. And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him not, neither by dreams, nor by Urim. Remember I talked about Urim and Thummim the other day. So Urim is the crystal stone, the white stone. Nor by prophets. So Saul was talking to the Lord and asking the Lord what's going to happen, and the Lord wouldn't answer him. Not by a dream, not by the stone, not by a prophet sending him a message. So he says, in 7, then said Saul unto his servants, seek me a woman that have a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, Behold, there is a woman that have a familiar spirit at Endor. So she lives in the mountain of Endor. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment, and he went, and 2 men with him. And they came to the woman by the night. And he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest that Saul have done, what Saul hath done, how he hath cut off those that have familiar spirits, and the wizards out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life, to cause me to die? Why you coming to me? You know it's been a law decreed in the land that we're not supposed to be practicing no witchcraft. But yet here you are. You know what Saul did. He made a decree in the land. And if they find me doing witchcraft, they're going to kill me. So you come to trap me so they can take my life? And Saul swore to her by the Lord, saying, As the Lord liveth. Now she don't know that she talking to Saul, because he's done come disguised, dressed as some regular man. And Saul swore to her by the Lord, saying, As the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, Bring me up Samuel. Now, I want the Lord to discern to me, he is coming up from where? Where is Samuel? Because, let me just keep reading. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. She shrilled, she screamed. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. Oh, she's a seer. But with a familiar spirit she sees. That's the difference. So she's a prophetess. But by a familiar spirit does she prophesy. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, don't be scared. For what sawest thou? What did you see? What did you see? And the woman said unto Saul, Now this is what I want y'all to pay close attention to. The volcanic activity in the black stone. Thuman. And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. Did this woman see the pit opening? And she says, gods ascending out of the earth. Not man. See, men and women are being used right now. And they think that they are gods. There is nothing in the pit but true demonic spirits. Because when Jesus died on the cross, he cleaned hell out. That brings me to the point of, where was Samuel at? Because I'm not going to read any further, but Samuel is upset that Saul has brought him up and brought him from his rest. He's upset. But he talks to Saul and he tells Saul, I already told you everything that you need to know. I already told you that the kingdom is getting ready to be taken from you and given to David. And that you and your sons are getting ready to die. Y'all getting ready to come join me. Oh, Saul was more sorry after he raised Samuel than he was before he raised him. But it amazes me that this woman saw God's coming out of the earth. I saw God's ascending out of the earth. So now, are they ascending continuously in your kings and your rulers? Is this a portal? Or is she talking about the pit opening and they walk up on this earth without a fleshly body? What is this woman seeing here? By her saying that she sees gods coming out of the earth in their godly form, leads me to believe that she saw the pit opening way back then. And where was Samuel at for her to see this thing? Why did this phenomenon happen? How did she know that Saul was actually Saul, the king, and not, how did she see all of this? But that's the gift of being a seer. I kind of understand it a little bit. But this woman saw the pit opening. That's volcanic activity. Be vigilant, people. Be vigilant. This battlefield is real. Hallelujah.